So funny that you work with the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. I just finished I work in film and TV production on the costume side. And we did for National Geographic's, it's called Genius, Aretha Franklin. I don't know if you've been able to catch it.
Cool. Yes,
so yeah, we right before all the madness of COVID, we were in the midst of shooting that. And it was really just amazing to be on set. I think we had her original piano player come in. I'm not going to remember his name, but I'm going to look it up because the internet will tell us everything. But he came in and he was just talking about her energy and just how it was to work with her, how a lot of things were just her ear, her sound, like not rehearsed. The things that she would come up with. What was your experience like with her?
Okay, so if it was her original piano player, I'm not sure if it may have been one of the piano players from Muscle Shoals.
Maybe I'm gonna figure out his name.
Somebody anyway, there was someone other people. Let me just say this: Aretha was a talent in herself, and I wasn't there back then, because let me just say this. The year I was born, Aretha was already, I think, had a Grammy nomination and had been on the road forever.
Right.
So one thing about it, she was a perfectionist at what she did, and she was a person who rehearsed. She didn't go out just to sing. Everything she did was intentional. Back in the day, from what I understand by talking to some of the background singers who were on session, she said they used to all go in there and do what they call head sessions. So basically, everyone would go in the, sometimes some people, because Aretha didn't read music. So basically, you have to feel through the program. You create the background parts as you're going, and, they were writing string parts while they were singing, and they were changing you. So it was sort of like a whole mishmash that came together, So that's what I knew about the sessions back in the day. Then, as things have progressed, they had different forms of, even now you really don't need to be in the studio. Everybody just send in their parts and, y'all put it together, it's put together, and that's just way it's, orchestrated now. But then, with them putting, recording to tape, they didn't have the same type of, technology that we have then. They were recording to 2 inches and stuff like that. Everything had to be perfect when they got ready to run it. So, that's an era that I was not privileged. I've seen 2-inch tapes, and I've had to convert 2 inches over to digital and stuff like that. Right. But that was something I had to learn. Yes.
Yeah. They always talk about the sound on those tapes, and when it went from analog to digital, and it's just not the same.
I still love analog.
No, it just I don't know.
Analog. Yeah,
it has the warmth.
One thing about Aretha and them back in the day, they really dressed every day. Her sister siblings, they never came out. Look, they dressed every day, and it was like tailored, no wrinkle, nothing. They grew up sort of a little bit privileged. To me, I mean, I would say privileged compared to somebody like me, because you got to understand who her father was, and her father was sort of, everybody talk about Dr. King, but he really was a man of stature, and he had influenced generations of ministers. He was the first man to sell 1 million records on a record, just preaching. So Minister Reverend Stephen Franklin was amazing, and he dressed amazing. When you saw him, he was impeccably dressed.
Yeah,
he wasn't really but that's just like when I look at pictures of Dr. King. I've never seen Dr. King not one. I don't give a care what you were doing. Everything was in place.
He always had a suit on.
I love those name. Yeah. So that's what I have to say. But
and very true. It was an era where everything was crisp, clean, put together,
Yeah.
and they did step
Yeah.
out, every day. So the team definitely did their research, and it spans so many different, eras. It was the
Yeah,
40s, the
right,
50s, the 60s. Yeah, it was a lot,
right.
but it was a wonderful, wonderful piece. I'm happy I was able to work on it.
That's beautiful.